Well, good evening ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since I've made a video. The last time I was out was at Sillith, which wasn't a great deal to be fair. This is another adventure. We've come to the west coast of Scotland. We're fishing a beach called Moncrieff. After a long journey up after work today, we decided to just have a few hours over high water the night, just scratching to see what we've put. I've put a bait out in case there's a ray kicking about, but I'm not even sure if you catch him here or not. We've had a quite nice sunset. This is first cast in. I've put a bit of herring out, and I'm just setting up a 2-hook flapper with some black lug to see if there's anything kicking about close in. So I'm not really expecting a great deal to happen tonight, but you never know. Fingers crossed. There's three here. I'm here with Seaglow, Stu and Dean's here as well. So between the three, if there's any fish here, we're probably likely to catch one. So that's everybody fishing now. And a little 2-hook flapper with some black lug and squid scratching around in a herring on a pulley rig a bit farther out. Dino's got a flapper close in and a bait at range. Stu's further along there and the last of the light. I think, has he got one rod in? Yeah, he's got one rod fishing and he's just casting his second one out now. So if there's any action, we'll get back to you in a bit. So tonight's weapons of choice are the Century Fireblade 14 foot. That's coupled up with a Shimano Power Aero 14,000 with 45 pound braid. And I've actually got my Sonic Gravity 14 foot on the other rod. That's got my flapper on because I've got my heavy ground reel with a 100 pound braid on. So that's literally fishing about 30 yards out with a flapper on. Just I didn't want to put it too far out in case I get pulled around with that braid. But so far I haven't had any touches. I haven't had any touches on my rods. Dean's the only one with a bite so far. So this is my first bite of the night. Probably a doggy by the feels of it. Is that one gone now? Both, that's close in, that one, that was just underarm, that one. That was whole squid on that one. This one's black lug and cockle. Both rods have just went at the same time. I didn't think I'd had out in here, like I had a whole squid on. It's probably just been chewing on the squid. But that was literally both rods went at the same time there, so at least I've had a bit of action finally. So I've had literally two bites. I had one bite there was a good bite. That was on the pulley rig at distance on a whole squid. Fortunately, it was probably just a doggy chewing on the squid. A bit too big a bait. It's about a 5-inch squid. And as I was standing with that one, my small rod, which is only about 10 yards, I say small rod, my 2-hook flapper, it's only about 10 yards out on the black lug and cockle. I had a nice little bite, but got one or hooks on, maybe they're a bit big, I'm not sure, depends what it was. But it hasn't come back. So there's nothing wrong with that squid, we've only been in a couple of minutes. I'll just put it straight back out. So I've just had a little bit of action there. Dino's managed to pull in a small dogfish. I've had a couple of bites simultaneously there, but nothing, I think any fish. Not sure how Stu's getting on up there. It's slow as expected. And the bass we were hoping for haven't showed up yet. think high tide's around 10:30. So it's getting towards top water now, probably not 20 minutes or so, give or take. It would help if I could put a cast straight. My first cast was great. And every cast since then, either gone left or right, I just can't get one straight out. Anyway, we'll keep trying. Got another, like I say, we'll probably give it another hour or something. Tomorrow is the big day, that's when we're hitting it hard. So we'll see what happens. Well guys, the fishing's been abysmal. Dean's had one doggy, we've all had a couple of bites like, and I had quite a ferocious bite before. I think it was a bird, clipped me line. I don't think it was a fish. But other than that, it's been dire. The sea's flattened right off now, it's calm as out, it's clear. Almost a full bright moon there, so we're not having much luck. But we're not giving up yet. We'll stay a little bit longer. I'm nearly ready for me pit now, like, which is at the back of the van tonight. So I'm gonna try again tomorrow, somewhere different. So a progress report. Dean's had 2 dogfish. Me and Stu have had an out. Yeah, it's been poor. I've put one rod away now. I'm not going to waste any bait. It's not confident we're going to really get anything other than dogfish, and I'm not that fussed about catching dogfish. So I'm not going to. I think this is probably it for me. This may be my last cast anyway. But been a pleasant night. Not really sure we've learned much about this beach, to be honest. But when somewhere beats you just want to come back and try it again, don't you? So there's always next time, preferably in a bit better conditions, and maybe it's a bit later in the year as well. But that's why we're here, test things out, see what happens. So unless somebody gets something half decent other than a dogfish, this will be it until tomorrow, where we'll try somewhere else. So if I don't see you again, good night, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Well, this is the next morning. Not exactly sure what state of the tide this is, but that's where we were fishing last night, right down there. It's 6:30 in the morning, going to get a cuppa on and decide what we're going to do today. This is where we stayed last night. The camper van of love. Oh, not the best sleep I've ever had, but that's the first time I've properly tried to sleep in it, so it did a job. It's a lot windier this morning than it was yesterday when we got here. Let's see how that impacts today's fishing. Right, get some breakfast on. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, we're back again. This is our third mark this weekend so far. I've yet to get a fish yet. We tried a mark this morning. I didn't video it because that's technically a secret mark. It's not marked. The lads have showed us and didn't really want to share it, so I didn't do any video on this morning. As it happens, none of them got a fish, none of them got a bite. So we've come up, we're actually at Stranraer now, fishing, is it Lady Bay, I think it is, just on the corner of the rocks where it sweeps around into Lady Bay. I think that's what it's called. The ferry just taken off there setting sail from Stranraer. Beautiful weather now, like absolutely gorgeous. This is our first cast. Same baits as up there, herring, squid, got blacks, crab, everything, but up to now we're not having a lot of luck finding the fish. Tide's on the ebb now. This looked a great mark when we first got on. It looked really deep, but it's just not when I cast out there, it just didn't seem to be as deep as it looked. Saying that though, I haven't exactly cast for miles. Could just be that the better casters and reach a deeper water. Glorious sunshine now. We were going to fish the bay over there, but from standing on that beach at this point looked a better bet. Probably reach a bit of tidal pull here, and now looking at it from up here, it doesn't appear that deep. I think at this point I'd be happy with just a dogfish. Well, this is my first cast and I've just had my first bite. Seen a little pull down at the corner of my eye. Sat for a few moments and then it went again. I've got a reasonable size hook on here, like, and ideally I'm after huss. I've never caught a huss before. Just getting a little bit of a swell coming in off that ferry that went by. Nothing major. Yeah, that bite doesn't appear to have come back. There's two boys here, Dean's had a bite as well. Ooh, there's a bite. Trouble is, I'm just having a little rattling, it's not coming back. Again, something's having a little nibble, but it's just not positive enough. So we're up on Loch Ryan, I think it is, just up from the ferry terminal on a mark called Finart, I believe. This is our first cast. You see, me and Dean's both had a bite, but whatever it is, just small stuff. Even a doggy, I think, would have latched onto that by now. Well, I half expected that to just tighten up so I could lift the singer off the bottom, and the whole thing just... Oh, me drag. Cut! Cut! Whoa, that's heavy. I think it's a big bit of kelp, it's not doing any. Maybe a ray. I think it's a bit of kelp, like massive kelp stalk. I thought it wasn't Dean though. Cut! So that first bite was a false alarm. I did get a bite. Come back 3 times, and then when I struck into it I thought, first impressions, I felt a bit of weight on the end, and I thought, oh, this could be a fish here. Quickly realised it wasn't doing anything, it was just a weight coming back through the water. And I pulled in with a 4-foot kelp stalk. So my fishless weekend continues. So the rigs I'm using today is the same as what I would normally use at home. I've got my same tried and tested Paternoster. I have got pulley rigs as well, but I've just I used this one this morning, just thought I'd stick with it when I got here. I've got quite large hooks on here, like a 6-0 and a 4-0, 6-0 on the bottom and a 4-0 circle at the top of the bait. It's like I say, it's not that this rig isn't working, anyone else's is catching it either, and everyone's using different stuff. So yeah, so far it's been a pretty poor return for the effort we've put in, but that's fishing for you, isn't it? We have plans obviously to fish a well-known mark tonight for some conger. Some of that neither we've caught before, so it'll be interesting if we've still got the energy to do it. Are you in?
He's in.
Right, Dino's just had a decent bite there and he's into his first fish.
Tough.
Just had the drone up there to entertain myself for a bit because the fishing's been abysmal, absolutely abysmal. None of them have had anything. Usually when you come up places like this and you fish as hard as we have and put in the miles and the walking about we've done, and the least you'd sort of expect to catch up here is dogfish, and not even getting them. Apart from that first cast and that first bite I got, I haven't had another touch. This one's been in a while. I doubt I've got any bait left on this one because I've been mucking about with the drone. I'll have this one in, fresh one on. I'm not holding out a lot of hope. I snapped off on that last cast. Well, I didn't snap off on the cast, I lost my gear in a snag. So this time I put a dongle on and a pulley rig. Slightly bigger bait, larger bit of herring. And I cast out about a 45 degree that way. I really videoed us casting out there. It's quite difficult on these rocks. I can't I'm not the best for walking about there and switching cameras on and turning microphones on and that, so I mean, you're not really missing anything. The fishing's terrible. I nearly didn't bother rebaiting, setting up another rig when I lost that last one. But yeah, you might as well fish. It only takes that one, I suppose. What a glorious day. Can't believe I'm not a dogfish. Stu's over there, Stu's on the far right, Dean's in the middle, I'm on the left on this corner as it bends round into that little bay there. And I never got a touch on that last one, like I say, it had been in ages and I lost it when I snagged up, but no one's had a bite for a good while now. Kelp's starting to appear, starting to stick its head out of the water. Personally, I've never fished here before. I'm not sure if the lads have fished here or not. Picking my nose on camera. I'm not sure if the lads have fished here or not, so do you fish it on the ebb, do you fish on the flood? We don't know. That's why we come here, just tried a few different marks that we haven't fished. Targeting species, I mean we've all got dog fishing, now we've all got rears and whatnot, but I've never had a huss. That's my goal this year, to get a huss. I'm not particularly bothered what size, but I think to to sort of claim a huss that you're happy with, it's got to be £4 plus. So that's my target this year, £4 huss. And so far this trip's looking a bit of a busted flush. We have expected that early in the season. I'm not sure if the sand eels are coming in and from turn the mackerel come in, bigger fish start feeding. But the fact that there's just nothing here, no dogfish, nothing. We were going to fish the Cumbrian coast this weekend, but I tell you what, even blanking in a place like this, on a day like this, it's not the end of the world, is it? I don't think this mark's going to produce any fish either. Yeah, whatever that was had a little bit of a nibble and then buggered off. It's a good job the weather's been nice. Because the fishing's been shocking. Oh, my weary bones. I didn't have my watch on this weekend, but I've done some steps. And 5 hours sleep since, well, I got up 5 o'clock yesterday morning. I've had 5 hours sleep in the van. Broken sleep at that, wasn't really great. Hopefully that means I'll get a decent sleep tonight. What are you meant to do with that? I think a stickleback bait. Must be a crab. I'm sweating in these waders. Well, this is definitely my last cast. I'm not putting another one out here. Well, this is looking like another blank, so I think I'm probably going to start packing my gear up ready for the next mark. The next and last mark, that is. Mark number 5. So if we didn't get a fish from there, it's been an experience, shall we say. Yeah, that's fishing. You can't catch fish all the time. I've enjoyed it, I've really enjoyed it, but let's hope this last mark and I can pull one in the bag. Right, so until later on this evening, that's it for now, and we'll catch you later. Bye. So ladies and gentlemen, we are back again for the final evening session of our little Scottish adventure. I'm in a well-known mark, which is technically quite a dangerous mark to fish, so I'm not going to show much of the mark off, to be honest. I'll try and keep it down to the minimum if there's any film involved. So far we've all had our first cast out. Dean's had one bite on his conger rod, just one quick sharp pull down, quite strong sharp pull down, and nothing more. But we are so far fishless again. Story of the trip, to be honest, but you got to be in it to win it. So I've got 2 rods out. I've got a dongle on a pulley rig with a herring and squid wrap. That's probably 60-70 yards maybe, and then I've got a conger one very close in amongst the rubble. After the way the last day or two has gone, like I'm not particularly confident, like, but darkness might help, I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens anyway. So we'll get back to you later if there's any kind of action. Well people, the fishing hasn't getting any better. It's getting a bit colder. Sun's going down now, so if we're ever going to get anything, it's going to be in darkness. But seeing as how the fishing's gone so far, I don't hold out much hope. But we'll fish on in the darkness, and who knows, who knows. I can't really film much of what's going on this evening. Not that there's much in the way of fishing action. But the sun's going down now. Wind's picking up a little bit. Sun's going down there. Lovely.